the fact that you have the US president, first of all, he was the one that told us about this attack. You know, I could let that slide, you know, because I personally think that the people who are victims don't care where the help comes. I understand the contradictions and our failure, but those people need some succor. If the US intervention will bring it, fine. But what I find worrying, personally, Prof, is that our president has not spoken at all.
Thank you.
He didn't make a broadcast, you know, and I'm told that he didn't make a broadcast also last year. And then he has left the country, you know, about the same time without saying a word. And then Anthony Joshua got involved in an accident. And then the president made a call to Anthony Joshua and put it out to us. Now, I mean, I'm not saying the president shouldn't call Anthony Joshua. Of course, he should. But how come we are hearing from our president about Anthony Joshua and he's not telling us a thing personally about the fact that we have America sending bombs to our territory? No word, no explanation, no accountability. What is responsible for that, in your opinion, Prof?
If I give the answer that I'd like to give, you know, people may get excited, but I think it is fundamentally because Tinubu does not need Nigerian votes to be president.
Wow, but he does need it. He must get it.
No, he does not need Nigerian votes to be president. Tinubu needs judges and INEC to give him a result. If you need votes of your people to be president, he will not be, with profound respect, acting with this degree of irresponsibility and utter disregard for the worth and well-being of Nigerians. No. It is because at the end of the day, let us all be honest. What he needs are the judges and INEC. If votes counted, Nigerian politicians would not be as irresponsible, from the president down, will not be as irresponsible as they are to behave as if Nigerians do not count. Because for good or for ill, and I agree with you, you know, people, you know, I've spent most of my life working on atrocities and insecurity across the world, and particularly across the African continent. And when you look at the situation, you know, Sudan, in Darfur, for instance, or indeed in the north of Ethiopia, in Tigray, in Sierra Leone, Liberia, where we had the situation in West Africa, you know, in the last decade of the last millennium. The fact is, people who are in trouble, or indeed in the Great Lakes of Africa, right? People who find themselves at the receiving end of a challenging situation do not mind where help comes from. I totally agree. But when that help involves something on the scale of a missile strike on your territory, you do expect that your president will be responsible enough to face his people and say, this is what transpired. And that, to not do that, to not think he owes Nigerians that, and to then leave the country. And while all of that is taking place, what happens? They issue a statement on a $1 billion financing arrangement for the so-called coastal road. They found time to do that. They found time to attend AO in Lagos. They found time to commiserate with Anthony Joshua publicly, but the president has not said anything about the situation. That, for me, is the most eloquent, as I said, of New Year statements and New Year messages. It says the man does not think Nigerians matter.